Do you enjoy scary video games? Like this one that is being played in the background. Well, I'm gonna show you the top 5 video games on this channel, but before you do, click like, subscribe to my channel, and hit the bell icon to be notified of future videos such as this. Well, the game is already running. First game is Dead Space, which is heavily influenced by classic science fiction and horror films such as Alien and The Thing. Dead Space received critical acclaim for its atmospheric gameplay mechanics and sound design. It was praised for successfully combining survival horror with action elements, creating a compelling and terrifying experience. The game's strategic dismemberment mechanic was particularly lauded as a fresh and innovative approach to combat in the horror games. The game creates a sense of isolation and dread through its atmospheric design, eerie soundscapes, and disturbing visual elements. The USG Ishimura is depicted as a claustrophobic and decaying environment, adding to tension and horror. What is it about? It's in the 26th century, follows Isaac Clarke, an engineer who is part of a rescue team sent to USG Ishimura, a massive mining ship that has gone silent. Upon boarding the ship, the team discovers that it has been overrun by necromorphs, reanimated human corpses, mutated into monstrous forms. The game's narrative is told through a combination of in-game events, audio logs, and video messages, and revealing the horrifying events that lead to the necromorphs outbreak. Well, let's move on to the next game, Silent Hill 2. Really enjoyed the game while it came on PlayStation 2 in 2001. Silent Hill 2 is a psychological horror video game developed by Konami and released, of course, in 2001. It is the second installment in Silent Hill series and is widely regarded as one of the greatest horror games of all time due to its complex narrative, disturbing atmosphere, and psychological depth. The game follows James Sunderland, who receives a letter from his deceased wife, Mary, beckoning him to meet her in town of Silent Hill. As James explores the fog-shrouded town, he encounters various characters and disturbing phenomena that forces him to confront his own psyche and the truth about his wife's death. The narrative explores themes of grief, guilt, punishment, and it unfolds through multiple endings based on players' actions throughout the game. The game received critical acclaim for its story, atmosphere, and music. It has been praised for its mature and complex narrative, which delves into psychological horror rather than relying solely on jump scares or gore. The game's graphics, sound design, and voice acting have also been highly regarded. And of course, Silent Hill left a lasting impact on horror genre and video games as a whole. It has inspired numerous and other games and media, influencing the development of psychological horror in video games. The game has been re-released on multiple platforms and remains a beloved title amongst the horror game fans. Let's move to the next video. I remember this game like it was yesterday and it still gives me the shivers. The gameplay in Outlast focuses on survival and evasion rather than combat. Outlast is a first-person survival horror game developed and published by Red Barrel, and it was first released for Microsoft Windows in 2013 and later for PS4 or the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch. The game is renowned for its intense atmosphere, stealth-based gameplay, and psychological horror events. Outlast follows an investigative journalist, Miles Upshur, who receives a tip about illegal and unethical experiments at Mount Massive Asylum, a psychiatric hospital owned by Murkoff Corporation. Armed with only a camcorder, Miles sneaks into the asylum where he discovers that inmates have transformed to violent and monstrous beings due to those experiments. His primary objective becomes survival as he encounters the dark secrets of asylum and tries to escape. Outlast received positive reviews from its horror elements, atmosphere, and gameplay mechanics. Critics praised its ability to create genuinely frightening experience, and I am one of them who say, without heavily relying on combat, the game's use of camcorder and night vision was highly, and I would say it's a particularly effective mechanic for enhancing immersion and tension. Outlast stands out as a powerful entry in the survival horror game, delivering relentlessly terrifying experience through its innovative gameplay mechanics and chilling atmosphere. Stealth, evasion, and psychological horror has made it its favorite among horror games. Next up is Resident Evil 7. Though the gameplay that I've mentioned is from its trailer, Resident Evil 7 is a game to play. This is set in 2017. The name is Resident Evil 7 Biohazard, survival horror game developed and published by Capcom. Released in January 2007, it is the 11th major entry in the Resident Evil series and marks a significant departure from previous games by adopting a first-person perspective, returning to its survival horror roots. Well, this game follows Ethan Winters, an ordinary man searching for his missing wife, Mia. His search leads to him to a derelict plantation in Dolby, Louisiana, where he encounters the Baker family, who are infected with a mysterious fungus that gives them superhuman abilities and a grotesque appearance. The story unfolds as Ethan tries to survive the horrors of the plantation, uncovering the secrets behind the Baker family and the mysterious Evelyn, and rescue Mia. Resident Evil 7 received critical acclaim for revitalizing the series and returning to its horror origins. Critics praised the game's atmosphere, tension, and the first-person perspective, which added a fresh and immersive experience. The story, characters, and the environmental designs were also highly regarded. Resident Evil Biohazard stands out as a pivotal entry in the Resident Evil series, offering a terrifying survival experience, and embracing its horror roots, introducing new gameplay mechanics. The game successfully revitalized the franchise and set a new standard for future horror games. The next game, The Evil Within. I remember my brother playing this game and I had the chills. Developed by Tango Gameworks and published by Bethesda Softworks, it was released in 2014 in PlayStation 3, then in PlayStation 4, also Xbox 360 and Xbox One, alongside Microsoft Windows. It is directed by Shinji Mikami, the creator of Resident Evil series, and the game is noted for its intense atmosphere, the challenging gameplay, and the psychological horror elements. The game follows Detective Sebastian Castellanos, who, along with his partner Joseph Oda and Julie Kidman, is called to investigate a gruesome mass murder at Beacon Mental Hospital. Upon arrival, they encounter a malevolent force that transports Sebastian to a nightmarish world filled with monstrous creatures and deadly traps. Throughout the game, Sebastian must navigate this twisted reality, uncover the truth behind the mysterious force known as Rubik, and find a way to escape. The Evil Within received generally positive reviews from critics and players. One of them is me, of course. It was praised for its atmosphere, horror elements, and challenging gameplay. The game story pacing received mixed reviews, with some critics finding them convoluted. However, the overall experience was lauded for delivering a true survival horror experience reminiscent of classic titles in the genre. The Evil Within stands out as a compelling survival horror game that combines intense atmosphere, of course, challenging gameplay, and psychological horror. It successfully captures the essence of classic horror games while introducing new elements to keep players on its edge. Its emphasis on resource management, stealth exploration makes it memorable, terrifying experience for fans of the genre. Damn, she's burned. Well, here you have it, the top 5 horror games from my end. I hope you liked the video, so don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon to be notified of future videos such as this, and I will bring you more such games, more top games in the future. For now, bye bye. For now,